plays my go down. Never look back to so long. I need to next up. I need to I'm gonna play. Listen, I'm gonna play. Listen, I'm gonna play. Unless you talking numbers, we ain't speaking about the right things. Switch up on my nigga for a figure, that's not like me. Baddie with a body in the lobby, she like nice things. She used to know me then, she like me now, that's funny timing. Eyes been on that prize, I cop that crib for that timepiece. I'm trying to see the globe and sell out shows until the flight leaves. They wanna ride my ties, but they ain't even ride or die, please. But I've been short on time and in the prime of my prime easy. I said I never changed and leveled up, I guess I lied, yeah. Off that straight up potion just to feel like I'm alive, yeah. Mix that with that potion just to feel like I'm that guy, yeah. So I know the one you talking to, you way outside your line, yeah. Go against the drive, you lose your... Let me back to say this shit. I just ran out of my patience. I just got tired of waiting and got here myself. Niggas want me to believe in the dream that they see for themselves, still doubt in themselves. They might as well let up the L. High top on 10 toe, drip retro, talking major plays, hella high tech through the ghetto. Pin game, pin petrol. Just set it in the flesh show. Send a text mail to give a wet clothes on the paper way to make a drip drip with the left lobe and the left stroke. I'ma make plays with go long. Never look back from so long. Yeah. Shawty on 10 finna go up. Bring that to the crib and show love. I'ma make plays with go long. Never look back from so long. I need to play next up. I need to see it. Shawty on 10 finna go up. Bring that to the crib and show love. Hey, come from the pit. I'm out of the trench, my nigga. Look at the drip, my nigga. We ran shit all on my way. I never let them play me, but they claiming that they know my songs. I tell them quote the lines until I'm goated, bitch, I'm going on. Loyal to my soil and the culture, I'm that chosen one. I just got her back, she wanna fuck, I think she know I'm star. I can't do no wrong, look at her eyes, she with an arm scar. They try to justify me going up like they don't know he raw. Off of that dough, just fuck what they told you, I'm never sober. Ripping the split for the chip on my show, they trying to decode this. They label me thug, I keep it a buck, I don't give a fuck about it. Out of the mud, they showing me love, my nigga, what's up? Out of my way, bitch, I need a paper. Fuck what you want, I mean, I know later. I keep it short with the conversation. Out of my lane, niggas gonna brain in the cockpit with no hands on it. I've been the man with the plan on me. But that's the man with the bands on me and the passport with the stamps on it. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back for so long. Yeah. Shawty on 10 finna go up. Bring that to the crib and show love. I'ma make plays, I'ma go long. Never look back for so long. I need to play next up. Shawty on 10 finna go up. Bring that to the crib and show love. I need a bag, I need a tag.
What's going on, y'all? I'm back. And look who's back here behind me. Yeah. How many of y'all remember? This flyer going out for the walk for kellz? How many of you guys remember that? How many of you guys attended that? How many? How many of y'all attended that? Okay. I'm gonna pause this because I want to play something for what was said behind the reason of the tattoo man from the MCC of why that correctional facility got shut down, okay, and how they immediately transfer the guy, but somehow the guy, y'all got, listen, my hair got wet, it's snowing and raining here, so I'm just on screen like it is what the fuck it is today. A lot of pressure, y'all. Yesterday I felt okay. And today it's like, doom, 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 doom. The lights, everything just bothered me today. But I managed to pull through. So one more day to rough this out, then I'm on the highway to go and help my mom. I'm missing my mom right now very dearly. You know, I need that mom hug, you know, that mom food, my mom's bed. I need my mom. I already don't have my dad, so I have to run to my mom, but it's been a while since I've been home. So Saturday is my mom's day. Anything that she wants to do, I will be there. Thanks for joining the chat. Thanks for joining the chat. You guys, don't forget to share the like button with me on this particular live. Some may like it, some may not. As I always say, pretty much, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. So on my journey home today, I clicked on a live, and the live was playing another live about the rallies. I call the one that was pushed out over here with the ladies on the One Papoose channel, I call it the Walk for Kellz. I didn't call it a rally or a protest or any of that, the Walk for Kellz. So as I'm listening to them, there's a lot of it that, you know, maybe I didn't know about, right? I didn't know about protests or anything coming from the Bookham's channel because I was too busy in my car at work, getting off of work at night. Y'all remember those nights? Laughing at the bullshit that I was hearing, right? So that's pretty much all I knew about this guy, other than finally clicking on and, you know, following phases. That was pretty much it. Didn't know about a protest or nothing like that. So I was sitting and hearing this guy speak on the fact that a lot of people followed him behind the protest that he did. I was listening to him speak on the fact that had he not come through and pushed it through Chicago, that there would have not probably been any supporters to come out to support Mr. Kelly. And I find that to be non-factual. I think that the information of Mr. Kelly being indicted, it took a while. And it also took a while for people to decide if this is something that they want to do, not because of another man had done so. So that would not be true, okay? And to understand sometimes why, you know, like today I'm serious right now. For a minute, I'm kind of serious of why I don't like motherfuckers like this. When I tell you I don't like motherfuckers like this, I mean it. I'm not at the level of no hate shit. I don't hate nobody in this world. God said you shouldn't hate. I don't hate, but I have all right to not like a motherfucker that is so fucking full of shit and continues to try to outdo, put themselves on this strange pedestal that just should not be. It should not be a pedestal. It should not be anybody that's above this or has done better at this, or even tear down the attempt of doing something for the same subject at hand that a lot of people support, right? But I was listening, you know, and of course, and I'm sitting there, hi, everybody. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm kind of squinting at you guys right now. I put my reading glasses on and I can see you guys, but I don't have, see, I can see you guys now with those. Let me put those on, then I can see you, right? So, oh, thank you, Zoe. Thank you, y'all. This is going on 3 weeks now with this shit here. So it is what it is. I just pray on it and keep it going because I am a go-getter. You know, I'm a go-getter. If I'm going to drop dead, it'll probably be on my route to work or something with Dakota or whatever. But I don't feel like I'm dying right now. But hopefully, whatever it is, it will subside soon. You know, soon. I'm not going to do a COVID test. I'm just not going to do all of that stuff because I don't feel any other symptoms or anything. But as I was saying, I don't know how many in the chat right now that came out to the walk for Kellz, right? And this was the flyers that was pushed out there. Mind you, that I think I might have had over 500 flyers printed out with no help. My graphic designer, who probably came on my live, I think twice, but I keep her in the rear. She sits in the sky as well. Put her, her profession to this flyer. So when Papoose decided to come out along with the young ladies that was on the channel, yes, let's just do it. Let's pick the dates or this or that. I want to make it perfectly clear. It wasn't because of no motherfucking Dana Jackson at all. That nigga was nowhere far in my head or the decision to push this. What I did notice is after all of, was said and done after that, Papoose started to get tore down, about this or that with never wanting any type of freaking leadership of this. The only thing that I ever wanted was to see if I could grab Mr. Kelly's supporters and just grow with it, with your words about Mr. Kelly. That was it. That was it. That was all. It was nothing special. It was no extras. It wasn't none of that until, the guys, led the forefront of this, and it kind of took off from there. So it wasn't until, let's make it clear, the second one. Oh Lord, my smoke detector is finally beeping, y'all. Battery must have went low as soon as I went on the live. So I don't want to hear y'all mouth about fixing that damn beep, because it will be fixed as soon as I get off of here, because I can't stand it. But that's my first time hearing it. So don't y'all be laughing at my goddamn smoke detector. Okay, I ain't trying to hear that tonight, because I'm like, what the fuck? But it will be fixed when I get off. So, but no intentions of doing anything that would bring any harm to Mr. Kelly. Don't you start, Angie. You better not talk about that damn beeping. Hey, Callie, what's going on, right? We didn't have those intentions over here. But I think that people started to feel threatened. I don't, like threatened in a way that, oh my God, who is this girl? Where does she come from? Oh, she's leading this freaking. I ain't laughing at y'all. Don't y'all laugh at my beep. I ain't lying. If you laugh, I'm going to block it. I'm going to block it the hell up out of it, because you will not be behind my back talking about, did y'all hear Pap ghetto ass over there with that beeping ass detector? No, you better not. No more laughter, right? Because I can't do the pressure right now. But we didn't have those intentions coming down to do the walk for kellz. All of the ladies, listen, beauty, I swear I'm gonna block the next person. I am not playing with y'all. I'm not playing. I don't care. Talk about the beep beep. I don't even give a damn, whatever. I can take it. She come through the door talking about the damn beep. Okay, Elizabeth, I'm block it, give me that beep beep. I can't stand y'all right now. I'm trying to tell y'all a goddamn story. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all worse than me. I swear. Go on, get all the beeps out. Get them all out your damn system right now. Go on, get them out. Get your goddamn jokes out. Y'all silly as hell. So we did the walk, right? Lots of nice people come down. We got to meet quite a few people. Yes, said at least it worked. We're right. Quite a few people stayed to themselves, Quite a few people, it appears that, people hate danger, gravitated to whom they wanted to gravitate to. But that was okay with a lot of us, because you know what, Keish? I promise y'all, I'm about to have 2 people in this chat. I promise you. Rated R, please don't go nowhere. I really want to spend 30 minutes of laughter with you. I know you wasn't able to probably see my questions because you were running your live, but I had 2 questions that I had posed to you in your chat. And I was like, I really searched for answers for that. for the questions that I had. But at some point during the rallies, it broke my heart a little bit, right? Because I was like, how could this fail? How could this have fallen short? We're all out here for one man, right? Going out of our schedules, doing a lot of traveling, spending a lot of money, and then, everything that was happening after the rallies, became people personal business, but it became noticeable out here on YouTube to give the opportunity of the other people who was not okay with it to oppress it, or suppress it. Both ways they were doing it, and they were slamming it, and it was because of a particular type of behaviors that may have happened, right? The party buses, we did, a whole bunch of things were done, parties in the hotel rooms and things like that. But I still didn't find it where it did any compromising to R. Kelly's case. It's the people that spoke negative towards what was happening, in my eyes, would have done the damage. You understand? You came to kill and destroy, because there was actually just a protest ran by subjects of whom were fighting, chose to start these fights against each other. And I could not understand that, but that took all off. So when the Walk for Kellz came out, it wasn't because of no goddamn book. I'm gonna let you know that off bat. As I listened to his video, he says that he had 1,000 people, and he needed 100 likes for the video to play so that he can show you his receipts. And as I looked and watched and I waited, it jumped from 12 more likes to 13, from 13 down to 10, from 10 to 4, back up to 6, and all of this shit, right? So he shows the video. And the video has the ladies on there that call themselves, the Him Too girls, right? The Shaborns and Demi and Dee Wilson, and at that time, Nairi, and a few more other people. I think one of the ladies had their husband there, then Sylvia was there. Those people were there, right? And I promise you guys, I didn't count 1,000 people. But these are the ladies that once stood behind him, right? They also joined the One Papoose and the ladies in another walk for the Kellz. Pretty much the same chance, for Mr. Kelly. But as he tells his story, it's because they were there with him, then that made him bigger. No, they shared their love. They shared their support all the way around the board, okay? When the Shaborn and the ladies, after I contacted them and asked them if they would love to come to support, they immediately said, give us a minute, we'll contact you back, yada, yada. And they did, and they showed up, right? And Shaborn showed out just like she did in this video that Bookham puts up, right? Now, mind you, after the Him Too ladies left, retreated from the walk that a lot of us ladies were down there doing, there was no backlash. They never came out to talk about, well, Papoose and this, or this person this and this person that. They did what they came to support for, and then they went back home. On the other hand, they walked with Bookham. How many of you guys seen the video? He showed it. But they came back with 1,001 situations about Bookham. And I used to sit back and think, well, why? My first question was like, if this guy is standing on what his truth was and things went this way and they had the best this or that. And if you didn't take God there to the rallies, then you didn't have a decent rally. Now people has to know if you are traveling with God. You know what I'm saying? But this God word is used so in vain. It just blows my mind, right? Because we know that everybody loves to hear the word God. And if you use God in it, somehow it's manipulates the mind to make you believe that that particular person is a good person. So be it. If that's what you have to use. Me, I don't have to use God. I don't have to use that support system like that, because if you know it, you already know it. If you know that you're doing good, you don't have to be doing calling on them in a manner of every time that you feel that it's necessary to bind you out of a compromising situation or a difficult conversation or something like, something like God can rest. I got this because God knows already that I'm not going to come on here and lie. I'm not going to have this character, theatrical act about it, or I'm not going to stretch my truth about it. So I got this, and he knows that I got this. So God can rest. He knows I'm not going to be doing all this bouffalet stuff, right? But in other words, when another person is ready to do their bouffalet ass bullshit, somehow, excuse my French, here comes God. Here comes God. That's that part where you are sinning, but you are also making preparations to ask, for forgiveness throughout your sinning. You want to make sure he's there. I don't mean all this, but I got to say this right now. Fuck out of here. But that's just me, right? So for some other reason or whatever, this magnificent group that he put together, proclaimed to put together, they left. They all left. They apparently came out and did a few panels. One, I believe, was Sylvia. They did a few panels here and there. Then they decided to run their own panel to get their own truth out about some things, and they let loose. They let loose. There were some disturbing things that they were saying about Bookham, and for the fact, some of them, they didn't trust that nigga no more. Why would people say that? What would give these people that type of impression to come back, separate, and say some things just wasn't sitting well with the person? Well, I believe Bookham came back behind them, and he wouldn't go ham on them all. He wouldn't go ham on them all, right? Because in my opinion, that there had to be some facts to what they were saying. So he didn't want to try them that hard. Because he was there with them. And they know, I believe, I'm just saying what I believe. They knew that this guy wasn't all who he probably portrayed himself to be, right? Okay, you can be this or you can be that, but it was just something just didn't sit right. Because if it was, and I met these young ladies, and if he was 100, they'd have stuck around. I believe that they would have not had any problems to continue to grow the support system with him if they had not found or felt that something just wasn't right. They disappeared on him. They separated. He'll come back and tell you that, no, it wasn't like that. They had their own thing or this or this or that. Siobhan had a mission, and her mission was to seek and destroy the freaking bullshit of falsifying and of a lot of information coming from the people that was accusing him of a lot of things. I think that Bookham got upset that they got in to Mr. Kelly a little bit closer than he alleged that he was to Mr. Kelly, if that makes any sense to you guys. I do. They talk about it a lot, riding in the sprinters. They got to actually get a closer to him. So they have stories to tell. Bookham to me is some type of scorned female. Like he was the only one that should have been close. And all of this bullshit about, I know him personally. I don't know how many of you guys are tired or sick of hearing that bullshit, but that does not give him the privilege to feel as if he's the only one that is capable of supporting Mr. Kelly. And that's what sounds so sickening to me about this nigga. Because you don't know him personally, you shouldn't speak on him. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing that. I'd be over here, sit your motherfucking ass down. But that's just me, y'all. That's just me. I'm having a bad day. I'm having a bad day. It rained on my head, all this shit, fucking sinus. But it's sad that he can't turn the mirror and really look at all the theatrical bullshit that he has literally done on this YouTube streets, right? And if you don't do those type of things, do you know that you don't have people capable of speaking about you? No, you don't. They don't. People speak on shit that they see, but what everybody has seen to him is not true. It's not that. I didn't do this. If you guys would have listened, I tried to warn you and I tried to do this. We wasn't the people that he needed to warn anything about. It was Mr. Kelly, the person that he personally knows, right? I'm gonna pause that right there because I need to go back just a little bit because of the walk for kellz. How many of you guys seen this right here flyer behind Bookham on one of his lives? This belongs to me. This is mine. This was done to send out, and I mean a lot of them went out. Hey, I couldn't get 500 people down, but a lot of flyers went out. How many of you guys remember me walking in the rain and dropping a lot of this stuff out in mailboxes and stuff by myself? I put in a lot of work, a lot of work. I did, spent a lot of money. Y'all remember that? You remember that, Capone? I was all over in those buildings. Every day I was running late for this and for that because I had to get this done. I would get off work. I'm outside at midnight, 1 a.m, sneaking this stuff in people's mailboxes, putting them all on wiper blades and shit like that. I did all of that, right? Never once have you ever heard a pap caught up in most of the shit that we have seen out here on the YouTube streets at all. But I saw him take this flyer right here and put it up behind him on a fucking live. And I think I have that live about that. But then he fixes his mouth to say that people ain't shit. You did this, you did that, you did that. You stole from me, you copy my shit, I'm gonna copyright you. But he had this. This is mine. This is the flyer that we use for the walk for kellz to try to attract a lot of people to come out. I know it's backwards, y'all. I don't know why, though, but it's backwards. Singer, songwriter, producer, arranger, yeah, musician, director, actor, yeah. So I came out here very, very seriously. I gave a lot of shout out and thank you to a lot of the people and the ladies that showed up down to the rally, to the walk for kellz. No idea about a lot of other things that was kind of went on. I knew about the dancing outside down from the Trump Center, and that was a good time. It was hot, it was nice out, people enjoying themselves, we had no trouble. I didn't know that once you leave the walk that you need to just go straight to your room and go to sleep. These grown ass people, and they were out doing everything now. So I could not understand why the rallies that were down there for Mr. Kelly did not bring out a whole lot of people that we actually kind of see out here talking on the screen. So he was playing someone else's live and I was listening, right? And I was listening to that live, and that live happens to be with 312 and Skylife. Okay. Skylife 312 asked the question as opposed to why you wasn't there, why weren't you there? And I think that a lot of us was at, you ask people and then you show up, Skylife response was because after I know that I'm seeing a bunch of buffale and this going on and this going on, that, oh no, I can't attach myself to stuff like that, right? But then 312 comes back to say that, well, the doors were open for a whole bunch of different ideas for the support to grow for Mr. Kelly, right? But she just stayed persistent on the fact that, oh no, what I saw going on, ooh, I can't be involved in that, right? Now, I'm just going to point out how easy it is to contradict yourself. We can contradict ourselves so fast and not even know that we're contradicting ourselves, right? Because not only did Skylife not show up to any of the protests to insert any ideas or changes or growth for that, right? I learned about her coming down through my stream, and guess who was on there? It was Dubowski. Okay, it was Dubowski. Okay, Dubowski has several protests or rallies for Mr. Kelly, right? Am I right or wrong? Right? It was to keep that name in mind. It's contradiction. Tell you how to contradict your shit. She wouldn't show up. She didn't want to come to the protests and none because it was too much going on for her. And she's not the only one that kind of makes this, imply this type of statement, right? But, they do. But when I go down my stream, now this is after some of the protests, okay? Dubowski's on her live. Dubowski's on her live. She's not on the live with Dubowski screaming and yelling about, oh, what's all that shit? And y'all was down there doing this and y'all, you ain't hear all that shit. It was Q&A time. But if you didn't want to be down there to participate in something that Kelly's supporters could have grown massively, but it's okay to sit with the person, he and ha and laugh with on the freaking live, right? Now, mind you, on this particular live that I seen, Drunken Larry shows up on the live. It's probably, I think it was in 219 or early 220. And she now was very excited. This is the man that actually brought the cross out here to crucify Mr. Kelly. But this person was indulged into a deep Q&A. She was more interested to hear about what the hell Drunken Larry says, and he did this, and yes, we're gonna bury him, and he ain't gonna get all. She was more interested in hearing that, not interested in coming down to a walk for kellz. And not just her, but I'm just showing you guys, I'm just putting a pattern out about contradicting and the way people can be, right? She was happy as hell talking to Drunken Larry. That was the nigga with the cross. But I ain't got time to come to a protest or a walk for kellz or a rally for kellz because it was a tad bit of things going on that she did not like. She couldn't be around that. But I can hold a conversation with the nigga that brought the cross out here for kellz. Somebody to make that shit make sense to me. You understand what I'm saying? Type of motherfuckers I don't fuck with. I don't fuck with you. Fuck with you. I don't even know whether to call it fake, phony, what. I don't even fucking know the word for type of people like this no more. I really don't. Dubowski was left holding on for quite some time while she took that call. With Drunken Larry. I remember that live like it was yesterday. Now, Tabowski ain't sitting well with this, right? Because he's really on her. Well, what are you talking to that nigga and blah, blah, blah? You talking about that fucking nigga against kellz, blah, blah, blah. She didn't give no fuck. She wanted to talk to Drunken Larry. It was imperative. Now, Tabowski has an attitude. He's pretty upset with this, right? I don't know whether he was doing his flirtations or he felt that him and her was in this Q&A and he was putting down his analytical views about Mr. Kellz. She didn't want to hear that one. She dropped that shit. She wanted to hear Drunken Larry part, who should have been totally fucking irrelevant at the fucking point. But that's just my opinion. It's just my opinion, you know? So finally she gets back after, I don't know why Tabowski held on that long, but he held on that long for quite some time. And he finally came back. Next thing we know, they falling out. All right, Tabowski. So that I believe that kind of killed her 100% authentic support for Mr. Kellz, right? Because you got what you have now, this whole Tabowski leadership for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kellz. After that, yeah, they was peanut butter with no jelly. It's the fuck they. Well, I watched that whole shit, man. I was like, oh, that's fucked up, man. You know, she kicked Tabowski to the side to the, you know, she can get the next in line, which was Drunken Larry. She going straight to the source. Why you do this? Why you do that? Why you do that? They had a long conversation, but I remember that shit, right? But I was just pointing out an example to you of the type of people that will bring you these type of excuses of pertaining to why they could not come out to help support and grow this whole support system for Mr. Kellz. We've heard it all. A lot of people had a whole lot of excuses, minus the ones that were elderly and going through some things, whether it was financially or your health. Those were completely understandable. Completely understandable. However, we ended up with some guy down there with one leg and one other leg kicked up in the wheelchair, and he had his hands and he was rolling with us, y'all. He gives no fuck. He was our Kelly fan. He was rolling with us. And he was keeping up too. Hell, I think they even hooked the wagon onto the back of his wheelchair, but he rolling. He gives no fuck about his health. He was there, you know, other than some of the people that showed up and took the car rides because they could not walk that long. Okay. But I'm listening to his live and everything is just shit on. It's just shit on. And everybody out here know, and I have to say thank you, Sharon Winwood. She shouted me out in one of her videos because of the information that I, displayed. And I can not like a person, but when the facts come out of something that should be shared, I know how to set aside that and say, no, this is this. She gonna be who she is, but I be damned. This is, some information that needs to be shared, so, and like I said, I don't know these people from a can of paint, but sometimes when gratitude and there's a need to say thank you, I know when to say that. However, I still don't like what she did when we also finished up the walk. I don't. It truly hurt it because we have people that don't know, we were like amateurs, and I think that we gave it the best that we had. Bullhorns, signs, you name it. Those people was ready down there, right? Organized, coordinated with their hoodies and things like that. It was on, right? But for some apparent reason, it doesn't please the other side that claims that they are R. Kelly supporters. And if you ask me, that doesn't look good. Bookham, this message is to you. That doesn't look good at all. There's no way in God's kingdom that you should be in the drama. Shout out, all Pap. That was Pap. That drummer, that was Pap. No, that was Pap. I'm gonna toot my horn on that one though, Deja. Yeah, I am. And he still be contacting me, well, y'all going back out? He wanted to keep coming out, girl. He supports him. And, I was like, no, it's been taken over by somebody else. And then, we have an opposite team that's kind of raining on the parade. So, it just kind of all died down. And the drummer was disappointed with that. I was like, no, you guys were doing good. But you need to keep going if this is something that you believe in. And he tell me, I got your back. Whenever you want me to come and beat for you, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Though. And so he's there, but wow, that was awesome of him to come. And that drum, it helped push us good. It helped push us well, very well. So, and I appreciate, and I was grateful for him because he dropped the schedule to do the second one. He dropped the schedule, like, shit, yeah, I'm coming. So he had to cancel one thing and make it down there. So I was appreciative of that. It's unbelievable. Hi, Empress Boo. I'm struggling over here, girl. I'm so struggling with this shit. I'm struggling, girl. I want to like pull my hair. I want to pull. It just hurts so bad, but I'm gonna get through it. So he shows these videos, and of course it's the accolades of how his was better, and he needs the 100 likes to show his receipts that his was better. He said he had 1,000 people. I did not count 1,000 people. There's still questions about why did their group get torn apart if it was so good. It was well organized, as he says. He went down to do a prayer. He said people down there was doing prayer. I only saw one lady that decided to share her story about the release of her son from being incarcerated. He just running with that. Anything that he can run with, he'll run with it, and that's to build them up. I never seen, actually, I don't think I've been around anybody in quite a long time to visually see them boost themselves up off of things. Normally people just do things, handle it, and then they kind of done with it. You don't dwell on it to boost you up, because if you're already that person, you kind of don't need it. Thank you, Love Bug. Yeah, thank you, Love Bug. So because adults took off and went into their own different direction of this or that, it was him, it was Cousin Levi, and it was Drunken Larry, the three amigos, not Angelo, no, the three amigos that came out and started all of this shitting on type of things. So the video that he shows, he'll show DJ and all of the other people, but those are all of the people that left. Why did they leave? What was contagious about this boy? What is it that he was portraying to be that did not sit well? What really happened? Shaboy and them told that truth. This thing ain't who he said he was. In the video, you can clearly see that he does shows these signs of this super fan. This super fan. I don't know if it was in love with the music or in love with Mr. Kelly himself. It's hard to tell, but that's just my opinion. Were you really in love with him? I swear. It looks very weird to watch alleged Mr. Kelly supporters sit in the comment area to help boast him to the level of where he's trying to go by helping him shit on something that they support as well. They support, allegedly, Mr. Kelly. And all I'm reading in this chat is, yeah, well, they did this. Yeah, well, they full of shit. And yeah, they did. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? This wasn't done for personalized accolades for people. This was done for the same guy that you all allegedly support. But you allowed your minds to be manipulated by a manipulator. If he says, jump off the bridge, they gonna say which one, the 6-footer or the 12-footer or the 26. No one over there is saying, hold up, we all supporting them. Let's kill the shit. No one. So for the smart people that's in the front of the bus, you can truly see where the demonic behavior is coming from. I have not seen anybody from this side of the tracks say anything detrimental or demonic pertaining to that, what was it, 3-block walk that they had. Now I just said something demonic, 3 blocks. But yet then you got a whole team of alleged R. Kelly supporters who clearly watched a lot of people that they don't know at all, come out and damn near walk 3 goddamn miles. It wasn't until we ended up in front of the MCC building, and I don't have the video up now. And if you would hear the chants, right, free R. Kelly, they were no different than what he did in front of the MCC building with his supporters that was supporting behind him. I think that he took it to the head a little too much. And what do I mean by that? I think because he recruited these people, he felt that maybe they were down there for him. I need you guys to push this, and I'm going to be the bigger one standing out so that you all can show Mr. Kelly who got you here, who I am. This is what I believe is what happened. And I think that the ladies kind of felt like, well, wait a minute, nigga, we ain't down here pushing you out in the forefront. You understand what I'm saying? The more people he'll have, the bigger and the better and boasting he becomes. We're down there in Chicago. All of the ladies that showed up, nobody is standing out in the forefront no further than the next person. Everybody was all together in a big circle. And by the way, Bookham, we did pray together. We had a big old circle. I don't know how you didn't catch that. We had 2 big prayers every time before we even walked, And Nisi Mo called on a prayer, big old circle of people. How did you miss that? So technically, they did bring God. And I just wanted to point that out to you right quick. But you implied on your channel, along with a few more people that follows you, because they agree with what you were saying, that Mr. Tattoo Man was attacked because of the R. Kelly people that came out in front of the MCC. I don't know if you remember that there was a letter written up by the Tattoo Man, right? And I'm going to show you what the letter says, because it says nothing about he jumped on Mr. Kelly because of the things that was happening outside. Said that he was forced to do so. He also talked about in his letter he was clearly trying to show the world or the people that was watching or caught him on this news show, right? Or the lady that was doing this on CBS. I think it was Jerrica, but I'm going to show it in a second, right? He talked about how he was forced to do it. And he did it because he wanted to show how corrupt the correctional facility is. No one found all of the findings of that. They ended up transferring the dude on up out of there or whatever. But my question to you, Bookham, is how come you chose to point this finger pointed to the R. Kelly people, along with, you and cousin over there and Drunken Larry? But you could not do it verbatim to exactly what his letter say and interpreted it to pull the bad things from the supporters. You pushed it, this man's story, towards the supporters when he was pushing out a story to talk about how corrupt the correctional facility is, meaning possibly some of those BOP officers, but y'all switched it up and you turned it to bittersweet on a lot of the shit that went on out here. But you keep inclining that it's the people over on this side that was doing all the damage, and they got R. Kelly locked up, and they got all this, that. But you all seems to overlook what the people who was actually involved was saying. But when you do tap into those particular people, you take their story, change their narrative up, push it towards the people who spent money, came out, didn't go to work that day, rent hotels, all kind of shit for the same guy that you guys fucking support. Let's play this video so that you can catch this letter. Let's do that. This is this guy's word. This is what he wrote up. I can't understand how you guys switched that over to make it, to come out to say that, oh, he got locked up because of the kellz supporters. Oh, I forgot. Sounds good, didn't it? You guys did that because you were so angry with the walk for kellz or the protesters or whatever that Dubosky did and this or that. You were that fucking goddamn angry to have that type of demonic behavior. That's fucked up. And I sit over here and I would clearly keep saying that somewhere you are a fucked up ass nigga. Fucked up. Now I can clearly say it's like you and your goddamn compadres who will not allow their own freaking brain to have common sense to make sound judgments on a lot of shit. This has to stop about because who I like or because, oh, you said something about my friend. This now has to turn into a self-sufficient, individualized common sense. Use your freaking common sense like that man says. Y'all need to cut off the fucking bullshit because I like him or because, no, you said something about him, so now I'm just going to rock with him anyway. Where's your self-preservance? Like, where are you people? How do you need someone to speak? How do you need to glorify some people like this? Like, what the hell? What the hell? But let's play this video so that we can get to this letter.
Tonight, an inmate claims he snuck into R. Kelly's jail cell to attack the singer. This is Jeremiah Farmer, who claims he was forced to beat the Grammy winner. Kelly was asleep in his cell at Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center last Wednesday when he was attacked. Farmer, in jail for racketeering conspiracy, lays it all out in this appeal to the Seventh Circuit. Farmer writes he was, quote, forced to assault hip-hop and R&B singer R. Kelly in hopes of getting spotlight attention and world news notice to shed light on the government corruption.
Stop that right there, because I'm going to rewind it. What did the letter say? He says that he was forced. He did it so that he can get the spotlight attention on world news so that he can shed the light on the government corruption. Now, explain to these people, where do you guys get off in saying that it's because of you guys that Mr. Kelly got jumped? What? That's not what that letter says. It says that he was forced to do it. Forced by who? The only people that can force him to do whatever that he did to Mr. Kelly came from the inside. Came from the inside. So maybe there is a trail from the outside, if you know what I mean, getting word on the inside that we need you to do this to this man, and we just might cash app your, send some money on your books. It could have went down that way, right? Could have went down that way. But that's exactly what his letter says. And I'll replay it for you because I know you're going to stick to your truth and keep saying that, no, it was because of the people. But it was only the three fucking amigos that came up with this shit. Even his attorney came out and said that it wasn't because of that yes, The warden got probably a little nervous when they did a lockdown because there was a lot of people out there, and it's protocols, part of protocol. You didn't even want to hear that shit either. You didn't care what Greenberg had to say either. Y'all ran it y'all damn way.
Claims he snuck into R. Kelly's jail cell to attack the singer. This is Jeremiah Farmer, who claims he was forced to beat the Grammy winner. Kelly was asleep in his cell at Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center last Wednesday when he was attacked. Farmer, in jail for racketeering conspiracy, lays it all out in this appeal to the 7th Circuit. Farmer writes he was, quote, forced to assault hip-hop and R&B singer R. Kelly in hopes of getting spotlight attention and world news notice to shed light on the government corruption, end quote. R. Kelly is behind bars facing dozens of sex abuse charges, all of which he has denied. Kelly's attorneys have repeatedly asked for the singer's release while he awaits trial. So far, all those requests have been denied.
I just wanted to run that back to you, though, Bookham, because that story there tells different.
People have no
that
idea
write up tells
different.
It says different than the story that you three amigos came out here and started. Y'all did that. Everything that people were attempting to try to do good, you guys made bad of it. And you convinced your people that it's supposed to be alleged supporters for Mr. Kelly as well. And that's some weird ass shit. And you mean to tell me that Mr. Kelly himself, if he had been found out about the behavior or the things that you were saying to persuade him that he does not have good, honest, integrity supporters from this side, is the most insanable ass shit that you can ever fucking do. It is. How are you going to convince that man of that? How? How are you going to do that? That's crazy. When there's way more people out here, in my opinion, that has watched and saw all of the boufale ass shit that you done, but you always have an excuse about why the people have done it to you. Why did the girls leave you? You explained that. Why did Sylvia and them leave you? It wasn't because of you, it was because of them. Why did this person leave you? It wasn't because of you, it was because of them. It's never, ever, ever Bookham. Ain't no 50 people just gonna jump up and leave a good person behind. That doesn't happen. 50 people jumps up and leaves bad people behind. They do. Something wasn't right. People are believing that you just portrayed to be somebody who you really just wasn't. And you played it and you played it and you played it up until they decided they don't want to play this game no more with you. But you comes out to say that, you will say that it was because of you. I know him personally. And they truly believe that you do. They truly believe. They sat here and they have showed every video possibly that they can fucking find, sitting in a lobby for hours. Clearly tells us that you wasn't a part of the security game, because you'd have came through the door with him. You left Mr. Kelly unsecured while you sit in a fucking lobby for hours waiting on Mr. Kelly. Why you weren't with him? Why you not doing your security job? Why you had to walk up to a revolving door and bet a young lady who is on probably all kind of government assistance out here, her freaking money. You had to prove to her, watch I throw on my hood. I bet you your food stamps, your EBT card, that I know him. Why you have to do all that shit? You shouldn't have had to bet her. You should have just came through the door with Mr. Kelly. What's going on, baby boy? I bumped into him. What's going on, baby boy? And you wonder why people left you? Because of shit like that. They trying to figure out how the hell is a almost 50-year-old ass nigga playing these type of goddamn games. They trying to figure out where the hell did this whole Jasmine girl came from. And the only thing that you could have done with that story was blame it all on Don Russell. Booker ain't got nothing to do with that. Booker ain't got nothing to do with that. Not at all. Rated R asked you one simple ass question, and you went belligerently berserk. Came in humble. All of a sudden, a gorilla came out of you. I don't know if you got like some little pulsated a button or something that's pressed into you or whatever. You just raw on that nigga. And you know what that was? That was your jump start to start your deflections, because that's how you do. You got to get angry to deflect. But he asked you one simple goddamn question. And you couldn't even answer that. You went all into the boy and the fuck shit. Motherfucker, you know, the fuck was that a cause for? It was an answer to the goddamn question. Either it was or it wasn't. That's why people look and laugh and judge you on who you say you are. There's a lot of people out here, including me, understanding the type of person that this man that they say that he is, right? They say that, you know, he's a nice, he's humble, he's this and that. I've heard him curse in some of his songs or whatever, but that's just music. I know how to dissect that shit. I don't know about that, right? But how is it that someone of this caliber has a nigga with clown shoes and as goofy as a motherfucker around him? Is unbelievable. I can't fathom that whole picture up. I can't. Now, I know you like your hood, Kelly, and I know you love your jokes and shit, but somewhere you done fucked up fucking with this nigga. And it is what the fuck it is, right? You got an excuse about why the people in his circle don't come out and talk. Maybe they just don't have a motherfucking motor mouth like you. Maybe because they're just not out here to try to impress a whole bunch of ass motherfuckers who they don't even fucking know. But for some apparent reason, you have to do something. You have told way more shit than you needed to tell pertaining to Mr. Kelly. The Gloria Allred story. Come on, dude. You told the story about Mr. Kelly upstairs sick and how you and Kip left out and you went over to the hotel to party with him. Next thing we know, the goddamn girls is Gloria fucking on there with the fuck. These are the girls that Buckham was talking about. How the fuck did they get tied up with Gloria Allred? Boy, you better, I think you might need to hurry up and sit down or hurry up and go over on that other show that you're trying to go on, right? You a whole fucking, something. You're different. I'll say that much. You're completely different. But I asked Rated R a question because doing his belligerent outrage over on that channel, he never asked the question. He went into doing defamation, yelling out what Lily is licking on. That wasn't even irrelevant. That wasn't even part of his goddamn question. So now I'm like, well, who you mad at? You mad at Lily? You mad at this person? You mad at this? Is you mad at what you mad about? He was mad. He was ready to go in, right? Along with the other Cruella DeVille over there. She went buku nut crazy too. And I'm trying to find out, well, what part of the mental health illness is this shit? Because she ran. I said, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's some mental ass shit. That was some mental shit. Why don't you just get a gavel? Hit that motherfucker. He was screaming. What the fuck wrong with Cruella DeVille over here? Motherfucking bitch crazy. Anyway it goes. I don't know. Everybody else got a health issue, except for, except for what's going on, Sheila? I was laughing my ass off at that part. That was the most funniest part because I knew that it was gonna come somewhere in that damn live. Oh, definitely right. But through Rated R question, he went in changed the shit all to something about Lily and something about this and something about that. And then he went into talking about the dollar for the king and the defense fund. He started yelling about that. So I asked Rated R on his live tonight, how the fuck would you know? What happened to, I know Pernell. I know Pernell. I hear that a lot, but I'm a good crazy. I'm not a bad crazy. I don't have any mental health issues and stuff like that. I'm not crazy like that. It's just funny, Pernell. It's funny, right? So he blurts out, "Oh, there ain't even 20,000 in there. It wasn't even 20,000." I'm like, what the fuck? And I remember it being a debate about that out here some time ago. How in the hell did you come out here and say that? We set this up with Doug Anton. I don't have no access to nothing. I know nothing. Everything goes to Doug Anton. But then fix your mouth to say it wasn't even 20,000 or X, Y, and Z in that account. The only person that will be privy to that information, since you don't know nothing, Doug Anton, I just set it up for him. Fuck, you know the amount that would be in that account. Why would, if that's the case, Doug Anton feel privy to share that private information if he had taken over that account? I'm puzzled in a motherfucker with that one. You what? He know. I even tried to help get some money back. To who? To who? Why wouldn't these people who allegedly thought that they should get money back now be in contact with you? Because all you did was set it up. They should be contacting Doug Anton for any money that they want to get back, because after all, that's who it went to, right? You just set it up. I couldn't understand, as I asked Rated R in his chat tonight, because you did mention that Mr. Harris, the PI, Sean, would know that you were not stealing anything because you know about the conversation between the attorney and Mr. Sean Harris. There I go again, asking myself another question. How in the fuck would you know, or why in the hell would you know about a conversation that happened between that attorney and Sean Harris? Somebody violating some Privacy Act laws around here, wouldn't it be? Why would you know that? But keep in mind that you came out here to argue back and forth with Sean Harris. Now, why would that lead to an argument if allegedly Sean Harris now knows the truth now, that you are not involved with taking anything, but yet then you still went on an attack with Sean Harris? What? What? How are you arguing with the guy that you clearly says you know about the conversation, and it has been proven to Sean Harris that you are not taking anything, but yet then you went on a whole goddamn rampage with this man because he says differently. He said differently. I believe that, and I can't quote him verbatim, but I believe that he did say that you had some type of goddamn involvement with money coming MIA. So wasn't you or him or somebody's motherfucker lying around here. And the only reason why that you're probably getting away with what you're saying is because Doug Anton is no longer, has not been out here, no longer on the scene or the case or whatever, whatever the case may be. Not to throw her out here. TBD was breaking it down too. Boy, you came on a rampage at her. And I get it, because you always say, nobody's going to lie on me. Nobody's going to lie on me. No, that's a preventive measurement that you use so that you could make sure that they truth just don't get out and a further investigation would come down on you. No, you're not too late. It's okay, Muddy. You're not too late. I'm just chilling right now. I'm getting ready to hot shower and shampoo and take some more meds and go to bed. In a minute, I just came on to chill with the people. That's all. So, and elaborate a little bit on the protest. Now, let's fast forward a little bit, because you clearly keep saying that Mr. Kelly, you know him personally, right? You say that a lot. And I'm going to tell you what's weird to me about you knowing him personally and obviously trying to gain the frontline leadership for Mr. Kelly. Because right now it hit the fourth quarter for real with Angela and Tim Savage. There may be some things that you probably knew, and there may be some things that you did not know. And I also asked Rated R while I was in his chat, hey, Robbie, because it didn't make sense to me, right? I asked Rated R about the fact that if you are his personal friend and he knows you personally, during the phone call, and I believe that it was Cash Jones. Cash Jones made that call to Mr. Kelly. And she was telling Mr. Kelly to just don't do the interview. Don't do that interview, Mr. Kelly. Don't do that interview because they're trying to set you up. Yeah, I typed that into Rated R's chat. It was funny because that was a female's voice alarming Mr. Kelly about they were trying to set him up. And Mr. Kelly was screaming back in that phone call saying, who? Who's trying to set me up? Who? I don't recollect his personal friend or his mentee continuing on that conversation with alarming Mr. Kelly about who's setting him up. I couldn't help but to notice that that wasn't you on that phone call, alarming Mr. Kelly about who was trying to set him up. What, you couldn't get through? How did Cash Jones Booker get that phone call out to Mr. Kelly before you? I do too, Scorpio. My head is throbbing, but I'm chatting. I'm getting ready to lay it down here in a minute. How did she get to that phone call to alarm Mr. Kelly that somebody was about to set him up and it wasn't you? Imagine that. Imagine that. Because you as personal friend. So one would guess that should have been you, right? That should have been you, nigga, doing what Cash Jones attempted to do. Thank you, Empress. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The type of leadership that you're proclaiming out here, the type of shit that you're trying to tear down and build yourself up, and that wasn't you on that damn phone call. The reason why I say that is because it is you that has claimed your whatever relations to Angelo or your whatever dialogues and shit that you have learned coming from Drunken Larry. You know, now first cousin Levi wasn't his cousin, but now he is. We don't, you wiki-wash, you do. Or you just said that out of anger, right? You were so mad at cousin Levi till you had to come out and start yelling that, nigga, you ain't his cousin. You think that we all don't remember that? So Izzy is or Izzy ain't your baby. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm gonna know. Is he his or is he ain't? Obviously he is now, because the support for it that you guys have for each other seems to be unbreakable until, because there's going to be an until the whole fucking truth comes to light. And everything that is in the dark doesn't matter, because you walking with your Jesus in the pulpit. Because from what I am told, that there is possibly, seven? There'll probably be 7 Jesus. They'll be watching over you. One of them gonna call out your shit soon. One of them gonna call it out. Now, if you is for him, kudos to you. And if you ain't, kudos to you too. Because really, I don't give a fuck. Basically, I don't. But the question still lies, though. Why wasn't that you? Because he would have believed you, right? And you would have had answers for him. You could have clearly said, like Cash Jones says, man, it's Angelo and it's this person. You could have held that spot down. You ain't want that spot, Booker. You ain't want that spot, did you? That shit crazy as hell. I'm just saying things that make you go, that's all. He was too busy riding with the girl, Justin. Yeah, that should have been him. He knows Angelo, right? He from B-More. You mean to tell me, Bookham, that you didn't see none of this shit coming? None of it. You mean to tell me that you didn't know that Angelo had some agenda going on, a motive? You didn't know that Tim Savage had a motive going on? You went down and you talked to Gerald Griggs. You should have been able to pick that up. So out of all of the wolf tickets that you're selling, just maybe you probably were the one that could have done a little bit more for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, but you was too busy doing less goofy shit, all on YouTube, a whole bunch of that shit, all that goofy ass workout dancing and shit like that. You too busy with that. You too busy showing us all your little gay pride ass fucking movies, all that damn shit. Well, you too busy doing a whole bunch of ass fucking bullshit. But every time we saw you, or I saw you, because I don't know about the other people, so I'll keep it singular instead of going plural with it. Every time I saw you, you seemed to be caked up in the old groupie fashion. You never was in nothing other than that first time of walking into the courtroom with that Cuban looking man, like what As Is Entertainment came out here to tip people off on that. But somehow that episode kind of died because he was laying out in his little Kodak words that he uses, right? His hood language about those, I don't know if they say they was Mexicans or Italians or Cuban, then you know those are other attorneys, right? They was putting that down, but that kind of fell to a stop sign right there because I think that he was laying out the connections that was around Mr. Kelly as far as his legal team and the outskirts of people. To me, it looked like he was leaning in, trying to hear what Mr. Kelly was whispering in Junebug's ear. What y'all saying, nigga? That's what it looked like to me. You didn't look like you belonged there. And they did. You showed up in a Superman t-shirt and somebody had to go and throw a suit coat on you when you know good goddamn well going to court that Mr. Kelly and his entourage was going to show up in a suit coat. Nigga, not Superman t-shirts. So was you there as a security then, or did you show up as a super fan and they saw that you looked at about 350 pounds, so they decided we need another security going up in here. We don't have enough security. Just get that nigga. I done seen him around a few times and kept and talked about him or whatever. I'm glad to see him here. Put him in motherfucker. Go find him something, put him in the thing. That's what fucking look like to me. I'm just saying. I mean, I grab me a 380-pound nigga out the crowd too if I'm short of a motherfucking security. All right, nigga, come on. Get that nigga $200 when we leave this bitch. Nap, you ain't shit. You ain't shit even when you're sick. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. There's a place in heaven for me. Wow, you ain't shit, girl. You need help. I know I need help. I need help. Wow, that's that cold, y'all, brother. Oh, Jesus, 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 Jesus. The freaking theatrical, comical ass shit for damn near 4 years. Yeah, it's fucking me up, Jan. It's getting me, girl. Then we had to sit out here and watch your ass show up, barge through the crowd to put your motherfucking hand on every goddamn attorney coming through. Canic didn't need your motherfucking goddamn security shit. You in old Hollywood, y'all just barged through. I was there for security. When the fuck you showed up? After court? Nigga, if you was head of the security to security canning, don't you know that they would have had your ass standing in there at the door with the goddamn BOP officers standing there with their motherfucking pistols? Canning didn't need no motherfucking security. You wanted to be somebody bad, real bad. Move out the way. I'm Canic security. What the fuck are you? Canic just have to be suited and booted and very mature enough to be like, nigga, get your motherfucking hands off of me. I ain't paying you $200 like kellz. You always somewhere trying to get you a quick check. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Forgive me for I know not what I do. Sometimes you gotta try to get paid by Canic too. You want to be the security over here, the security over there, your security with Kip, and then turn around and then got a whole goddamn gay pride ass movie out. Nigga, you security and gay movies don't go together. That's it. Nigga, security and getting in a boxing ring go together. Nigga, oh, I got this shit, nigga. Who the fuck fucking with me? Now you over here talking about what in the fuck is going on? Am I the one drinking Snoop Dogg, nigga, or is you on Snoop Dogg? Because this some fucked up shit. Nigga, you wants the game. You wants to throw them blows. You blocking everybody. You can't get through here. Don't touch him. This R. Kelly security. I'm head of security. And then you on a goddamn film with 2 snaps in a motherfucking circle. I cannot. What the fuck? What the fuck? Something ain't right. There's no way you're gonna take me out of my macho. You can't take me out of my macho shoes and have me step over here and put on motherfucking Cinderellas. What the fuck? You gonna take me out of my macho acting? You gonna put me in a boxing ring? I'm Muhammad Ali now. Nigga, who is supposed to go be doing some tutti fruity ass shit after I done munched on? I cannot, baby. I cannot, child. I don't know about you. That's one hell of a turnaround from playing macho man to turning into one of the Village Boys. That's one hell of a motherfucking show. I ain't right. Yeah. For example, let's take Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington played what's the movie with the drugs and stuff in the car? What's the name of that movie, y'all? What's the name of that movie? Where he was in the thing, he played with the drugs, and he was a police officer, right? He was a tough guy in the movie, right? He was a bad motherfucker, bad, respect everything. Wherever he showed up, they knew that Denzel was on the scene, right? From a crooked ass cop, right? But he was playing that man scene, right? Now let's take that for example, Booker. I'm gonna show you how this shit worked. Training Day. So now Denzel Washington leaves Training Day, and he takes it right on over there to what's the book Bible name? The Ali. What's his name in the Bible? What's the book in the Bible? He did that. And what was he doing in there? Still whooping ass. He's still whooping ass throughout all of his fucking movies. He stuck to what the fuck he know. Yeah, Bookham is a whole motherfucking YMCA motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here. It is what it is. The Eli, right? Eli. Yes, Channel. Yeah. You see what I mean with how you move with your shit. That's what Denzel Washington does. Then Washington ass was kicking ass over in Training Day till they fucked him up, and then he moved over to Eli and was still trying to fuck motherfuckers up. This nigga come down to Chicago ready to fuck motherfuckers up, and in New York with his hand on his shoulders and big gangster, and I wish you would. He went over here to motherfucking Slippers. I'm like, what the fuck? The Book of Eli. Yes, ma'am. How? And Mr. Kelly fuck with this. Man, if y'all don't get gone, are you serious? Do you see how that works? Now, I suggest to you, Booker, if you're gonna play macho, you want to play security and RoboCop and all that shit. You got walkie-talkies and all that shit. That's the scene you need to keep. Do that, Cinderella. Do that shit. However, you did in your skit movie. You did. You tried to play cop, I think, on one of them, but then they killed your ass on 2.2 seconds. So they already knew you wasn't worth being a motherfucking cop. So you might be better off in glass slippers. I don't know. You tried the cop shit in the movie. Well, they goddamn smoked your ass. 2 minutes, your ass. 2.2 seconds, your ass was dead. I don't know how they killed your ass off that fast, but your ass, you got your security gun and bulletproof vest and all that. How the hell they killed your ass off that movie? They couldn't make me take a scene like that, but if I'm gonna be a heavy duty, I'm gonna be the goddamn living cop in the movie. I'm gonna end in this movie playing a badass cop. They just killed your ass soon. They clicked the camera on you. Click up, pow. And once again, here go your $200, nigga. See you later. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me get out of here. I'm just saying. It's just some weird ass shit, some weird shit. What's going on, Ruthie? Some weird ass shit, man. Some weird shit you've done. And you sit there and you expect for people to not have their opinions about it. You know, these people are out here, including me, we just laugh on the shit that we see. And it makes you so upset. But had you brought your ass out here authentic and say what you mean what you say, and be who the fuck that you claim that you were, you wouldn't have all this goddamn ridicule on your back. You wouldn't have this. I played that live the other day. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna play it today before I leave up out of here. And these are your words. You said on this live that you were on, and this is pertaining to Randa, baby, Ratchet Randa show. You said that shit. That was you. And you mad at me because I come across this shit. And to be honest with you, it's not personal, it just makes me laugh. So I like posting it up to have other people just laugh with me. You know, I ain't on that motherfucking shit that you are. I ain't on that all that crazy shit. But you said that it was because of catfish. You said that's what you said. It was because of catfish. And you joined in to help catfish was the reason why you started going back and forth with Randa to help catfish. Catfish was the one that got you that fake ass girlfriend too. You ran along with that shit for a minute, and Mr. Kelly chose you. You saw that movie on Tubi. They did him dirty, girl. Did him dirty. They ain't let the nigga breathe long enough, honey. That shit was funny as hell. I saw it, clicked on off of it, girl. I was like, this boy here, it's a struggle. And it's a struggle because you are now having identity crisis. You're having anger issues. All because of what people may have said, according to what your actions were. And you're struggling mentally. So I sit and I hear this woman sit here and scream, oh, these people got mental health issues. Mental health is the people who actually really may have some is the people that she don't call out. It's only the people that may say something pertaining to her name or this or that. Catfish, 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 catfish. Who the fuck gives a fuck? You know, but the way I heard her scream tonight, I don't know what the fuck. Order in the court, order in the court. She had me cracking up, dog. Do y'all hear this motherfucker behind the scenes? Quiet. I said, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. Hello, there's a button that says end. There's a button that says drop, you know, before you sit on the screen and go fucking belligerent like that. Shut the fuck up. She meant that shit too, boy. It got quiet in a bitch over there. Them motherfuckers was, I don't know if they got scared because they was listening to the Exorcist scream at them or what, but every motherfucker over there zipped it. I was like, well, damn. Okay. That motherfucker said, order in the court. That motherfucker said, shh. And that's the type of shit she like, though, you know. That's the type of shit she like. Yeah. So you said this right here. Now, your buddies. You got to make this shit make sense. Does these people have separation anxiety, really desperately need a friend? Or is this some type of goddamn guilty by association shit going on? Or is this that, you know what, since you going after that person, forget we argued and cussed each other out and we gonna do this, right? I heard somebody else had something else to say tonight. Really didn't want to get into that because I really don't give a fuck, right? But then there's the other person that clearly sits over there and, ew, Catfish, my girl. And Catfish sat up there and showed a whole motherfucking clipping about a goddamn daycare center. Imagine that shit. Tore her down. But now she my girl. She got the best show. She's funny as hell. Is this the Twilight Zone, people? Is this the Twilight Zone? Because you can't say a motherfucking thing about Pap and think I'm going to reverse it up and now you my motherfucking girl. Or we going to kick it. We done. Pap don't have a road that goes backwards. All her roads go forward. Because I know what's behind me is back there for a good goddamn reason. I either did something to you or you've done something to me. And I have to keep it moving because it's what's back there is never going to be back solid. It's going to be all fake ass shit back there. So I'm trying to understand how in the hell does the majority of these people tends to keep going back down that back road? They like that fake ass road back there, right? I'm just saying, Jane, because I sure heard the shout outs. And I'm like, what in the fuck? What in the fuck? Huh? That woman tore your ass down to a simplest form. She's got the best show. We nominate her. She's the coolest. What the fuck is going on? But they quick to tell you that other people be smoking, got mental health issues and all this. Now, mind you, the one that posted up all that daycare shit ain't gonna give her no motherfucking props. Oh no. You know why? Because she would clearly show a sign of hypocrisy within herself as well. So it's okay that the other one shouted her out. You got the best show. I love laughing at her. She's my girl. We can kick it. And the one that you're choosing to go back down that fake ass road on, that did a cutthroat on your ass, ain't gonna never shout you out. That should be fucked up. Let's listen to this nigga.
As I watch this lying bitch, this no receipt producing ass bitch Angie lie, talk about, oh, he bought it to YouTube. I didn't say shit. She was 45 minutes into her lie trying to dog me for some shit I didn't do. Like I said, you old fat stinking bitch, produce some receipts, ho. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to produce receipts. And I don't care who don't like it. Because motherfuckers harboring you and not telling you that, and I'm telling you that you motherfucking wrong. Because I'm going to call you out. As I watch this lying bitch, this no receipt producing ass bitch Angie lie, talk about, oh, he bought it to YouTube. I didn't say shit. She was 45 minutes into her lie trying to dog me for some shit I didn't do.
Yeah, okay,
like
Lily.
I said, you old fat stinking.
You call it what you want to call it, Lily. I just call it moving on. Because sometimes you'll forgive the wrong person and they'll just keep coming back doing the same damn thing to you. So what the hell? No, you allow God to forgive you. God allows me to move on and forget about it. You know, I can do that much about it because the minute you do the forgiveness leads to forget that a person cutthroat you, that a person didn't dog walk you. Yeah. And it also helps you to develop that fake ass lifestyle. It helps you develop it. It does. Now, there are some things, yeah, I could forgive. You come in here, Lily, and you know, you walk out of here. You've been my friend for 20 years. You know, you walk out of here with a loaf of bread. I could forgive that because you may not have bread at home for the grandbabies. I'm going to forgive some shit like that. But I ain't forgiving nothing when it pertains to something where I know that you try to cause a terrible harm to me. You're going to go and ask God for forgiveness of what you did to me. My job is to only to move on and not allow you to do it to me 2 times. Because the 3rd time, you know what it does? It angers us. And now you want to really try to get back at this person. And we see this happening because our jail systems is filled up with a lot of those people because they got to get back. They got to get back. And how do they get back? They coming back by vengeance. They're going to try to kill you, burn your house down, do all kind of stuff. So I'll leave when a person knows that they've done wrong, you go ask for forgiveness because God knows what you have done. I've done nothing wrong. But that's just how, that's just how I am, and I know that in my heart, I'm still going to be having my acceptance to where I believe that I'm going to go outside of my crazy humor, No. But that live right there, he clearly said that, it was because of her and her protecting him, protecting her. And I was standing up for you and I was doing X, Y, and Z that this is what was part of him coming after Randa. And I was like, wow, wow, not the one that got you a fake girlfriend and all this shit on YouTube. But my point to my message out here is the whole goddamn association by communication with a lot of people. And it's just quite a few of them. It's never okay, but I get it. If this is all whom you have to talk to litigate with or make mockery or do this shit show with, then so goddamn be it. I know, Lily. I know. And it's crazy though, Lily, because the thing of it is that you may be forgiving somebody who God ain't forgave yet. See, this is all this spiritual stuff that y'all get into. I don't know what God is going to do. All I know is his word says that this is what he is capable of doing. This is what I can do. But I don't know if he's doing it or not. I'm going to forgive somebody, don't even know if he forgave. I don't know. I don't know. I don't I don't want to do it first. I want to do it first. I just don't, girl. Anyways, you guys, what is it? 10:09. I don't even know how long we've been on here. But I just wanted to bring that to light, some questions that I had posed over in Rated R's channel. Rated R is funny, and you guys know that I like to go where there is more fun than I do where it's bitter, where it's belligerent arguments or X, Y, and Z. But the conversation or the videos that I'm hearing or the protests or the whatever, the walk for kellz and everything, those kind of trigger me a little bit when I truthfully know that people came from lots of states to come down to give their all, walking in rain, in the cold, spending money, hotels, we got to eat, there's food, there's signs made, there's a whole week we attracting attention and awareness and this and that for it to be torn down and spoken on badly by another allegedly R. Kelly supporters. For some reason, it triggers me a little bit, just a little bit, not much, but it does. Because I'm like, how the audacity of the comparing of it, the audacity of, oh, and this shit is what got him locked up. This shit is what caused him
Tonight,
to get
an inmate
beat
claims
up.
he snuck into R. Kelly's jail cell to attack the singer. This is Jeremiah Farmer, who claims he
was all kind of reasons of what with the possibilities of Mr. Kelly getting jumped on. There's all kind of reasons and possibilities of Mr. Kelly not winning his cases. It's just lots of them, but they seem to know all the goddamn right answers, and that's not true. That's not true. Being an attorney, going through a litigation, reading over a whole bunch of discoveries and things like that, some of it may fit in the equation and some may not. And to hear hundreds of people out over here, not even hundreds, just a few, I'm gonna say maybe this many, right? That all of a sudden knows how the law works and what would have worked for him and what he should do and what he shouldn't do. It's all ludicrous to me. It really is. And I get it, opinions about cases, right? But the type of opinions that you guys hear is crazy. I really wish, and I can't play it. I really can't play it, you know, and I just won't. But there was a lady that was on Atmos Love channel. Atmos Love got up there, his title. He wanted all the kellz supporters, right, to come over and tell them, why do you feel R. Kelly should go home? You know, why do you support him? This is the ops, right? Atmos. All of a sudden, because he came out yelling that Angelo ain't shit, he now expects for R. Kelly supporters to come over, join the panel, and tell the ops, why you feel that Mr. Kelly should come home, or why do you feel that he is innocent, right? And I'm thinking, let's see how this is going to work out for him, right? Knowing that how bad he came, you know, against some of the things that was said on the actual kellz umbrella side over here, right? Now you want to have communion. Now you want to do communion. Nobody gets blocked, right? It was weird. I had to click on it though, Love Lips. I had to click on it, right? And there was only one person on that live that called in that said the most realest shit in this Tube Street. She went by the name Elizabeth. She did. But of course, you know, after she speaks and being interjected here and there, right? Because some people opposed to some things that she was saying. And the opposing only was about how the ops actually failed, right? That lady stood her ground. That lady stood to her truth, and it made the most sense that you would want to hear out here. I promise you guys. You would want to hear, you fast forward, but you would want to hear that lady Elizabeth speak. She broke it down to them about how there should not be and have been a RICO. I think Lil Mac spoke on a little part of it too, right? She broke it down to them in the simplest form that you can ever think of. And she gave a reason why she felt that this case was so unjustly done to Mr. Kelly. She broke it down about how at 17, which was the age that Azriel was allegedly having a relationship with Mr. Kelly. So everybody saw it. That's my man, she says, right? She had pretty much finished up with that, but Atmos Love had to come back with saying, well, it's different now. And we all are understanding that because they took it to a federal level, right? It superseded the city, okay, with them proving that she was of age, so this should not be a case, but federal took over it. But Elizabeth came back with explaining to Atmos them exactly what it is and how they worked it to make it become federal, which she was standing her ground that it should have never even gotten to the federal, saying that they did a lot of twisting, a lot of things of what the government is known to do. And just her expressions of it, she was the only one that I give a shout out to her and kudos to her for her call in, because her statements were dead on freaking point. Dead on point. But of course, they kept coming back with this or this or that. Atmos Love said something about Aaliyah. And so did a few other people, right, with this whole marriage thing, right? So Atmos Love says that, I'm going to try to quote him on what he says, right? It's not verbatim. He was talking about the guy that name was Mr. Nelson or something, right? That said that on the stand that Mr. Kelly kissed Aaliyah at the end of the ceremony. Follow me on this, you guys. Please follow me, right? This is what Atmos Love says to Elizabeth, right? And that's what he believed. That's how he know that that story was true, that there's some truth behind Mr. Kelly marrying Aaliyah. Hold that thought right there. We're going to jump back over to Elizabeth, right? Because Elizabeth was clearly explaining that the corruption pretty much came against Mr. Kelly and having this unjust case going on against him because way too many people took were given the immunity, right? And normally when you have all this immunity going on, this is where we get into a problematic where if one person is going to tell a lie, the next one is going to lie, or you got to keep up with the lies, or, or you're paid to do so, right? That part there, I don't know if it went over Atmos Love's head, but he was stuck on the fact that Mr. Nelson, I believe that's the guy name that took the stand, that said he did the ceremony and Mr. Kelly kissed Aaliyah. So at that point, Atmos is solely convinced that there was a marriage, not about Demetrius taking a stand, right? And Demetrius, I think before he had an interview or something, I don't know if it was with Sylvia or something, or maybe it was on a stand where he clearly said that Mr. Kelly didn't know nothing about it. Wasn't that said by Demetrius, or did Atmos Love not hear that? And I remember it being said, so I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe Atmos didn't hear that, because right now, what the lady is trying to tell you is that immunity came. At one point, Demetrius says that it didn't have, he didn't know nothing about it. But now, because another guy takes the stand and says that, well, he saw Kelly kiss Aaliyah at the end of the ceremony. That's who he chose to believe. He believed that guy, right? Demetrius said Kelly didn't know nothing about it. He did it on his own. He did X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah. Who do you believe, Adams? Is it Demetrius, or now is it Mr. Nelson? But I'm going to fast forward to you on this, right? Because what you failed to do is give any acknowledge to Aaliyah herself. I saw the video and she spoke on it and she said no. She said no, that they was not married. Now, what behooves me is how Atmos Love decided to take the person who possibly been talked into lying or whatever on this stand behind something that Demetrius had already spoke on about. He took off himself. He got the things. Mr. Kelly didn't know nothing about it. Over, you took these words over the person herself who said it never happened. That's not true. You took the words over this alleged man because he took the stand under oath over Aaliyah's parents, who also said so. I'm not understanding that. I think that when she was alive and she spoke on it, no matter how much the hate gang went down or whatever, if that's who you're claiming that's who he was with, and he did this with her, he did with that, and that person actually spoke out about it, that's the only person who you should be believing. Not because you're on this hate gang train or this belief of this pedophilia stuff. No, she said it out her own freaking mouth before she passed away. Y'all don't want to hear that because the hate train is so bad, because this man had several of girlfriends. Yeah, and I know somewhere deep down in their little hearts over there, knowing that Azarel was of age in Illinois, that did not make that man a pedophile. He had a whole girlfriend, 17, legal, but because she wanted to be with her man, and he's over at a concert, and I want to come, and he gets her over there. Your corrupted ass government took their relationship, separated it, because now the federal law says she has to be 18. We don't care if they were in a 5 or a 4-year freaking relationship. Y'all make that shit make sense. Make it make sense, because it doesn't. And I believe that, I think it was Lil Mac, or it was one of them, was pretty much trying to, it may have been Elizabeth, stress that. She really was. How do you take a long-term fucking relationship and her man is over in Cali doing a concert? She ain't got no money or nowhere to get there. Calls him up, I want to come. Okay, we'll get you here. We'll get you a flight. He may not have known that there were federal guidelines of saying that over here you got to be 18, because I'm pretty sure had he known that, he wouldn't have done that, because he's already dating over here. So you feel like it's balanced all the way around the states, right? You figure you would figure it that way. 4 or 5 years in a relationship. I go to another state with the same girl. See, in Mr. Kelly's mind, he's moving her over there because that's my girlfriend. But you guys are so lenient on, because the state over here said 18. We got him now. Oh, so now over here, there's no such thing as being a girlfriend after living with him for 4 or 5 years over here, because your government put it that way. Okay. Mr. Kelly wasn't thinking about that. He was thinking about getting a person over there to him, I would believe, that been around here saying that I love you and I live with you, and oh, my man, and driving his cars and paying for this and doing that. He was just getting over to the concert. But had he known that it was going to be a federal situation, that it was going to be federal, that these people were going to come after him for transporting his girlfriend so that she can be with him at a concert, had he known that, he probably would have done it. But when you're thinking about it, this is my girlfriend, and she's around here screaming that that's my man, what do you do? What do you do? That's crazy. Anyways, shout out to that lady that made that phone call in over on Atlas, because she spoke some real shit, y'all. She was the only one. Then I got off. But I really wanted to, I can tell that she was going to come with her, the way she opened it up. But the crazy part about it is, with the way that Atlas, would respond, it would come with something that would make a naive person change their mind, change their thought, have you thinking into the direction that they want you to think in. And Elizabeth didn't do that. She heard Atlas out. He heard her out, and she still stood on what she knew was right and wrong pertaining to Mr. Kelly. Most other people, you know what they do? They fall into it. So now the conversation that they originally start off with ends up being corroborating with the conversation that was interjected into it, if that makes sense. And that's something that you got to watch out for. Well, no, I seen so-and-so. Well, you know what? By the way, well, yeah, that could be possible true. Don't let a motherfucker trick you into it. You just nod your head and say, but keep on with your goddamn narrative. Don't let them take your narrative away from you. And Elizabeth did not do it. She didn't do it. She didn't care. Atlas started coming out here, well, the guy, Mr. Nelson, took the stand and said that they did kiss, after the ceremony. And Elizabeth kept right on going. She She didn't get distracted by it. She didn't engage in, okay, well, what's that? Nope. She's kept talking about the injustice of Mr. Kelly. She really did. I was like, oh yeah, that's how you do that. Now tell me that's a woman with a mind straight on, right? You can say what you want to say, you can oppose, you can interject or whatever, but I'm still staying focused on my narrative of what I came on here to say. And you have your belief and I have mine. And so I have to give some shout out to her on that. Don't know her or nothing, just decide. I think this was her first time probably ever calling in to a show or something, but excellent. She did like excellent, you guys. So, that's that. But I thought it was funny that out of all of this back and forth and this or that, to start hearing people now says that, well, we can agree to disagree, come on over. Atmos is like, come on, y'all come on over and sit up here. Tell us. They've been telling you, Atmos, for the whole damn 4 years why they felt that R. Kelly, is innocent. Why did he need to have a personal panel with the Team kellz side? Well, that was kind of weird. They've been telling you. But he wanted everybody to come on there. And then you know what the chat is going to do? Sit down there and make mockery of the shit that you say. Who needs that shit? Who needs that shit? That's almost like going to a political campaign. Everybody yelling at each other. I'm going over here where I know on the side that I belong on. That's where I'm going. You don't never put yourself in the belly of the beast. Never. You never do it. You never do it. Because it's going to be something in the belly of the beast. It may be steak. It may be potato. It may be ice cream that you may end up liking. And you're going to end up getting persuaded, manipulated, lied to, everything, right? And then if you don't, now you're in a big old argument with somebody that's down in the comments area. Like, who needs that shit? Who needs that shit? You said if they know the truth and they still want to be stuck on stupid, park it on the dumb curb. I added that with you, girl. Put that on the dumb curb. You say still it was like Atmos was trying to make a point, and I don't get right now in my opinion, for Atmos to be trying to make a point, it's called a straddler. It's called a straddler. Okay, kudos, you called out Angelo's shit. But there's no need now for all these years to be started out singing his music to R. Kelly is a pedophile. R. Kelly needs to be locked up or put him in a jail. I don't care if he doesn't die. He was over there singing a song with him. R. Kelly ain't never getting out. To now, he want to know you guys, R. Kelly supporters, opinions about why do you feel that he's innocent or should get out. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense. That's like putting this equation together, 2 times parentheses 4 square times 32. You figure that shit out. Figure it out. Minus 18 divided by 16, carry over with the 3, push the 4. I don't know, you guys. That's what it sounds like. Like, what? Okay. I don't know why it would be so important now after all of the freaking damage and the fights and things against the person that this side over here support. This like almost let's shake hands and come on out fighting again. That's what it's like to me. We know you working. We know you work nights. We know it. I'm finna sleep though while you working. I done did mine. Y'all give the like button some love. Give the person above you some love. Give the person below you some love. But it is 10:31 and I didn't even realize it was this freaking late. My opinions are my opinions, and that's my disclaimer for my show. My show is also only available for those that are 18 years or older. And as I always do, which is just bring you guys my weekly notes of what's been going on the YouTube streets pertaining Robert Sylvester Kelly situation with people. That's it, and that's all. Until I get ready to switch over to something else, or speak about something else that I find of interest, I don't know. And now my coffee is coming. So it usually starts to kick in around this time of night, y'all. Then it goes away in the morning. So, but y'all have a blessed night. And I will see you guys soon. I said what I said. I believe what I believe. And there's nothing that nobody can do about it. Keep on staying pressed. Look, you're going to get there. You're going to do like Martin Luther King. One day, you're going to make it to the mountaintop. You're going to make it. But there is no way to be this goddamn pressed over something like this. If they said it, it didn't fit, it didn't match, you move on. You just move on. Do like there was name said, turn the blind and just move on. But you can't. You gotta fight. Gotta fight. Good night, y'all. I'm working on Elizabeth. Y'all have a great night. Have a great night. Peace. Well, they say peace be on everybody.
Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she paid the wish. Better watch your soul, cause you know they tend
Gift of Boreon of Salsa Leon for the relief of the full body exit. Biorion. Oh my God. Queen, send that name to me through the email. Boreon of Salsa Oakland, Alicia.
Cause I can't let him take my soul. No. Oh, I can't let him take my soul.
No. Don't let him take your soul.
Can't let him take my soul. No.
Don't let him.
Oh, I can't let him take my soul.
No. Don't let him take your soul.
They thinking I'm bluffing, but I promise I do it. They K got a drum, like murder and booming. Sending you verb, if I get my little Uzi. They thinking I'm crazy, I'm gonna see you to hate this. People I'm saying, get what I'm painting. The picture big, I call it little baby. If I'm on the board, then we playing chess. If you on my way, you gon' need a vest. Act big, you might get stretched. All your gun talk, I ain't impressed. My 45 seen real traffic. That's Dallas, Texas. My little partner called her body for a Maserati. He told him get about the car,
Thank
get
you,
him with the
boo.
shotty. That 12th gauge gave him life in the 12th grade. I tried to write him, but we ain't on the same page. I caught him slipping. I just had to let him know. It ain't the end of time's end. I know, but it's getting close. These demons really out to get you, so you better guard your post. There's certain things I could probably let go, but I can't let them take my soul. Nah.
Don't let him take your soul.
Oh, I can't let them take my soul. No. I can't let them take my soul. No. Oh, I can't let them take my soul.
Tablespoon of honey. Okay, girl. Hold on, be pretty now. I done heard about that honey. Honey be making you do some strange things, girl. Is that true? That's what I heard. They give you some of that energy you thought you ain't never had, girl. You had me up in here swinging with that drop down swing from the ceiling. To a thick stack, quick stack. Think fast and I talk real. I give a fuck about how they feel. Me and Zeddy dropped the propane and it sounded like that's a pill. Oh, y'all have a good night. I'm out. You trying to set me up, be pretty. I'm going to bed. I am not getting on no swings. I keep it 100 on the dash now that we got us some tracks.